It's always an interesting challenge when you perform Ein Heldenleben, A Hero's Life by Richard Strauss, because in many ways it's a little like a concerto for orchestra. The soloist in a certain sense is the orchestra. So when I say that there's a challenge, do you put a concerto with this? And we chose here in Sydney not to do that, because the soloist is very much the orchestra, is very much the solo violin, the solo horn. It's a glorious chance for the orchestra to be featured. And the question then becomes, what do you pair this colossal work with? And I thought it would be interesting to bring the music of Engelbert Humperdinck, his Hansel and Gretel. There are obviously famous orchestral moments in this wonderful opera, and basically this Hansel and Gretel suite features the overture. It features 2 or 3 of the orchestral sequences from the opera. What I find interesting too is that this connection between the two, between Richard Strauss and Humperdinck, besides just the harmonic language, is the fact that Richard Strauss was a very, very famous and very successful conductor. One of his favorite operas was the opera Hansel and Gretel. And I just feel it's music that goes very well together. There's no theme that is shared in that sense, but a chance for our audience to experience, certainly in the Humperdinck, some of the most just glorious music. And the program begins with Prometheus, an overture, one of the finest overtures by Ludwig van Beethoven. So it's quite the Teutonic program, quite the German program. But I hope the audience, enjoys these connections, and above all, it's a fantastic showcase for the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. You'd be very interested if were you to look at a score of Richard Strauss, because there is not just the great composer, but the great conductor looking out at you, where he will make notes. He'll tell you in 1, in 2, in 3. That is to say, beat patterns. He already brings his experience as a conductor to his scores, and there will be certain transitions, for instance, where you have to apply the brakes, so to speak, that the music slows down very dramatically, and he will write, go into 4 here, and then go back into 2 here. So there's very much the practical, not just the visionary as a composer. There's very much the practical conductor who is telling his conductors what he thinks they should be doing in order to keep the whole thing together and basically sculpting the work.